This Trinity knot design is actually not as hard as it looks. Katrina here, and welcome to a new tutorial. Today we are going to be creating this Trinity knot design as a pair of post earrings. For our materials, we will be using a 20 gauge silver plated copper wire. Next up, I have my file to smooth down the end of the post. And then for our tools, we will be keeping it super simple by using a pair of wire cutters, our chain nose pliers, and our round nose pliers. Now pause the video, grab your supplies and your pliers, and let's get started creating this design. To begin, we are going to pull out a length of wire, and this is totally optional, but you can straighten it out with a pair of nylon jaw pliers or a piece of cloth or just in between your fingers. We're going to start off by creating this base part of the earring, and basically we're going to be tying a knot into the wire. Bringing the wire around on top of itself, we will then bring it up through that loop that we just created. We will adjust these two loops of the wire until the design is as small or as big as we want it to be. Now that we have our initial knot tied into the wire, we can go in with our round nose pliers or our chain nose pliers and adjust the design until it is the size that we want it. We want these bends in the wire to be sort of an elongated oval or like a marquee shape, so that's what we're going for as we are adjusting the shape of the wire. Now to create the top of the earring, I'm going to wrap one end of wire around the other. Using my fingers, or you can use a pair of pliers, we're going to gently bend the wire here at the top of the design so that it has the same shape as the other two bends in the wire. We want this wire on the right side to cross over the wire that is coming from the left. Adjusting the design as we go, both with our hands and our chain nose pliers or needle nose pliers, until it looks how we want it. Now we can create the post of the earring, and I'm going to take this long end of wire and wrap it 2 times around the short end of wire. Once we have wrapped it around, I'm going to grab my wire cutters and clip off the excess wire. Then using the chain nose pliers, we want to make sure that that end is pressed down. Once we have tightened that little wrapping, we can then go and create the post of the earring. This is super simple because all we have to do is bend the wire towards the back of the earring. Now that the design is secured, I'm going to go back in with my chain nose pliers and do a little more adjusting to each of these loops. At the tip of the loop, I'm going to slightly bend the loops inward so that the ends of the loop are a little more pointed. Now all we have to do to finish off this earring is cut the post to length, and I usually do this at about 1/2 inch. Now we need to grab our file and make sure that that end of the post is super smooth, as this will be going through our ear and we don't want any rough or sharp edges. And now we have completed our first Trinity knot earring. Now we are going to repeat all of these steps to create the second earring. Bringing the wire around to create a simple overhand knot, and then using our round nose or chain nose pliers to adjust that knot shape until we have it the same size as our first earring. Checking the size against our first earring, we can use our chain nose pliers to adjust the design until it matches the first earring. And as we go creating the second earring, keep comparing it to the first earring that we made so that we can create them to be the same size. Remember as you go to make sure that you cross the wire in the correct direction, bringing that wire from the right side up over the top of the wire on the left. Using our chain nose pliers to press the loops narrower, as well as making sure that we bend the ends so that the loops are more pointed. And then we can go and create the post by wrapping the long end of wire around the short end of the wire and using our chain nose wires to press the end in against the post. Then bending the wire towards the back of the earring, we can cut off any excess wire with our wire cutters. Next, we want to make sure we grab that file and smooth down the ends to make sure that there are no rough or sharp edges. And with our chain nose pliers, doing any final adjusting to the design as well as checking to make sure that your posts are the same length, because I didn't cut mine the same length, so I'm going to fix that now. And now we have completed our second Trinity Knot earring, and our set is complete. I hope you enjoyed creating these earrings as much as I enjoyed sharing them with you. Give this video a thumbs up and check out my channel where I have many more wire jewelry designs. Be sure to subscribe and hit the little bell button so you're notified every time I bring out a new tutorial. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.